This is your step-by-step guide to Ramattra. My criteria is trust me. Just trust me. After this video, you'll be a pro Ramattra player just like me. So first, you really want to aim at the enemy team with your staff. That really helps sometimes. But it's also okay if you don't. You could always pull out your fat hands and start pummeling the enemy team. That brings me to my next tip and trick. Ramattra's pummel form, his nemesis form, whatever you want to call it. It gives you extra health, and you hit really hard, like with your hands. As Ramattra, you'll have all the hands to throw with every character on your enemy team. Speaking of enemy team, you really want to pick off their supports and their squishies, to really help your team out, Because in the end, Overwatch is the friends you've made along the way. Speaking of friends, you always want to keep them protected, and you could do that by putting up your shield. You always want to place your shield a little too much in an inconvenient spot to where you always get tickled a little bit, You just build character on your team. Because what is Overwatch without a little misplaced shield, Speaking of misplaced and bad positioned, you should always charge in with your pummel, no matter what. Tempo tank who? What you mean, beat. And if that ends up in your elimination, make sure to always blame it on your DPS, because we all know they're trash. But you never want to blame it on your support, because what would you do without them? That brings me to my next tip and trick. Make sure to always solo ult at the worst moment, Just one person left on the point. You really don't need to use your ult. Just pop it. Your team will love you for that. They really like, the contribution you've made. You're going to make sure to always feed. You never want your enemy team to go hungry. Never. Because that would be inhumane. No one deserves to go hungry. But as Ramattra Overwatch once said, I am inhumane and I am an omnic. So instead of feeding them by letting them eliminate you, you feed them with your fists. But some Overwatch characters are unwilling to be fed, like Pharah or Echo. That's why you always want to make sure they're down to earth with your Vortex, because that drags them down to the floor, so they could get a mouthful of Ramattra's fists. And that's, just about all the tips and tricks I have. If there's any more that you guys know of, make sure to put it down in the comments. And on another note, I want to disprove these finding Ramattra attractive allegations. They're not true. They're all lies. Why would you say this? He's a robot, not a person. I don't see it, man. And I hope you found this guide helpful in any way. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe for more banger content like this. Thank you for watching.